All right, let's do one last video before the sun goes out or dims what little sun is out left. I like using natural sunlight to do my videos. So a lot of the videos we've done lately in the past, I had to use like the lamp lights, like the not LED lights with just these lamp deals that was hooked all around the place. Doesn't really give a natural good light like this, you know, but we did what we had to do, right? I am Tyease Brooks. I am Hampton Hong Shogun M.A. I have some great students that learn from me. Everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own beliefs and meanings of life and all this type of stuff. We kick it, you know what I'm saying? Any of you, man or woman, that's interested in learning true Wing Chun Kung Fu with a taste of actual truth about self-defense and protecting yourself and stuff like that, because it's not just related to the system, but just really good experience, good ideas for life, you can always hit me up. We're in Little Rock, Arkansas, y'all. We're here. We've been here, okay? So let's get on to it. So one of the things that me and Big Kel was talking about, that's Kellen, but you know, sometimes I like to give nicknames, okay? That's just me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing this thing over. But Kel was talking about, there's a tripodial or tripod 3, right? Post that's on the ground. It's usually in the form of a triangular structure, and we use it as a Gerk Jong. Back in the day, you saw more teachers use the Gerk Jong to elevate the idea of multiple kicks being done in the Wing Chun system. You listen to what I'm about to say. You have 8 major hands of defense, Sao hands, 8 major hands of attacking, whether it be palms, chops, punching. You hear what I'm saying? You have 8 defenses for legs, right? And you have the attacks, 8 main ones. So as I'm saying this, you may not see all of them in the dummy, in the forms, or what have you. This is also how you start to learn who knows what. So when someone comes out and say, I'm a teacher of the Wing Chun system, and especially if they're coming from an Ip Man branch, if we was gonna say Ip Man was the tree, then the branches of like Mo Yat, Chu Shun Tin, Ho Kam Ming, so on and so forth. If we said it like that, knowing that the tree is much bigger than that anyway, then they're going to know what I just told you. They're going to be able to tell you about these kicks. They're going to be able to show you, they're going to break you down, they're going to do whatever. But here's what this main video is about. Some people, I told Big Kel I have a conflict of interest when it comes to the fact that many of our schools, including mine, do not have the Gerk Jong anymore. It's kind of disappeared through time, and in a lot of ways it's starting to phase out, if it hasn't already phased out in many lineages. So the question is, why is that so? That's a question I really can't answer. But has it really phased out, or has it evolved? And that's what me and Kel was talking about, and it was a great freaking question. The answer is it really has evolved. Why do we say that? Because you really don't kick no more than stomach, navel, and lower. You can be one of those martial arts systems, including some Wing Chun, that decide they want to do high kicks or whatever, just because, in some other Wing Chun, they'll do high kicks so you can see that you can defend yourself against those high kicks, especially when we have a kickboxing taekwondo type of situation. When people adopt what I call Bruce Lee movie Jeet Kune Do, and then they want to do high kicks all over the place, when Bruce Lee made one phone call to his students and said, hey, keep your kicks low. Find an interview with any of Bruce Lee's students and they'll tell you straight up, Bruce Lee will call and say, hey, I'm doing this in this movie, but your movies need to be mid and low. That was the thing. Now, in Wing Chun, we do that already. That's what I was talking about, from about navel on down. Actually, your navel a lot of times on down, not necessarily their navel, because if they just happen to be taller, then you're kicking up higher than you should. You'll lose balance. So here's where it gets interesting. If you take a look at where I'm at, the leg and the bottom of the leg, that front part right here, that's the front point of a triangle. If I was to go sideways to this and point myself to the base of the dummy, that is the other leg that most people don't think about. That is part of that base. So like going here, this way, right here, I'm going to another point of the base of that triangle and attacking either the main part of the wooden dummy, if not the leg. That's part of it. So then, if I'm back here, I could go this way. That's part of my triangle. So in actuality, I do have the Gerk Jong here. Does that make sense? So we don't have to have extra equipment inside of our schools. And my school right now, being my apartment, we don't have to do that in order to solidify how good those techniques are, because we don't have a Gerk Jong that just lays down the ground and have 3 posts versus this. We already have this with the wooden dummy itself. And knowing that a lot of times our kicks will be no higher than this, or just a tiny bit up in between the 3 arms, right? So I can move to the side and decide to strike front kick lower, front kick more around this leg, or a tiny bit higher, or front kick towards the leg, right? Come back, switch, do the same thing on the other side, and practice the different kicks. Not all kicks are going to translate on the dummy, being real. So you could go to a tree that's outside and practice the other kicking. A lot of kicks won't even translate as good as there. It may have to translate into actual practice with an opponent. One of your friends that's practicing Wing Chun with you, one of the fellow students that's practicing Wing Chun with you, or whatever. You do it like that, and then you can see the results of things. Not trying to hurt each other, but just placement of the technique and pushing with the kick will give you the result. Okay? You don't have to hurt each other. But that's bottom line about the idea of kicking and the fact that you just don't have a Gerk Jong. What happened to it? Do we really need it? So I advise you to at least get a wooden dummy of some sort. It doesn't have to be like this, but at least get a wooden dummy of some sort so you can be able to practice And then remember the fact of what I said about the different heights and whatnot, you'll do just fine. You really will. And remember that, like I said, even with the wooden dummy height where you do get it, it's not going to translate very well, or it's not going to show that true skill until you actually have an opponent who is a friend of yours or whatever that you can practice with and get the move down. Fair enough? Okay, thank you very much.